Welcome to Tiny Tales Theater. Sit back and get comfortable as we tell the tale of Felix the Frog's adventures. Finding Rusty's family. Once upon a time, in a magical forest filled with tall trees and sparkling streams, there was a pond called Whispering Waters. This pond was home to Felix the Frog, two shimmering fish named Ruby and Sapphire, and a gentle giant of an alligator named Alvin. They were the best of friends and spent their days swimming, sunbathing, and chatting under the warm sun. Felix the Frog was known for his wisdom and his love of storytelling. He would sit on his favorite lily pad and regale Ruby and Sapphire with tales of the adventures he imagined beyond the pond. Ruby, with her bright red scales that glinted like rubies in the sunlight, was always curious and eager to explore. Sapphire, with her deep blue scales that shimmered like sapphires under the water, was more cautious but loved to listen to Felix's stories. Alvin the alligator, who was big and strong but had a heart as gentle as a summer breeze, watched over his friends with a protective eye. He would patrol the edges of the pond to make sure everyone was safe and sound. One bright morning, as Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, and Alvin were sunning themselves on the rocks by Whispering Waters, they heard a rustling in the bushes nearby. Out popped a curious fox named Rusty, with fur as red as autumn leaves and bright eyes full of wonder.
Hello there.
Rusty the fox was intrigued. He had never seen such an unusual group of friends before: a frog, two fish, and an alligator.
Good morning. My name is Rusty. I've never met creatures like you before. How do you all get along?
Oh, we get along just swimmingly.
He said, causing Ruby and Sapphire to giggle at his pun.
We may be different, but we respect each other and share wonderful adventures together.
Ruby and Sapphire swam closer to Rusty, their scales glittering in the sunlight.
Would you like to join us?
Rusty hesitated at first, unsure if he belonged with such unique friends, but their kind smiles and welcoming gestures melted his worries away.
I'd love to, but I seem to have lost my way and cannot find my family.
With a look of concern on his face, his bushy red tail swished back and forth anxiously as he approached his newfound friends.
I've been searching for them, but I can't find them anywhere in the forest.
Felix hopped closer to Rusty, his eyes filled with empathy.
Oh, Rusty, we're sorry to hear that. We'll help you.
He exclaimed while Ruby and Sapphire nodded eagerly in agreement. Alvin, the gentle giant, reassured Rusty with a comforting smile.
Don't worry, my new friend. We'll search the forest together, and we'll find your family.
And so, the five friends set off into the depths of the magical forest. Felix led the way, hopping from one leafy pathway to another, while Ruby and Sapphire swam through streams and ponds, calling out for any sign of Rusty's family. As Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, Alvin, and Rusty continued their journey, they came upon a serene meadow where a family of deer grazed peacefully under the dappled shade of towering trees. The deer, with their graceful movements and gentle eyes, looked up curiously as the group approached.
Excuse me, we are on a quest to find Rusty's family. Have you seen any foxes roaming these woods?
The mother deer, a doe with a soft, serene gaze, lifted her head gracefully and regarded Rusty with warmth in her eyes. I'm sorry, I have not. Maybe Mr. Freddy the squirrel has seen them? Rusty's heart leaped with hope at the news.
Thank you. Where can we find Mr. Freddy?
The doe nodded serenely, her fawn-colored coat shimmering in the sunlight. Follow the stream to the east until you reach the clearing with the big oak tree. You should find him there. Filled with renewed determination and gratitude for the deer's guidance, Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, Alvin, and Rusty bid farewell to their newfound friends and continued their journey through the forest. As Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, Alvin, and Rusty continued their journey through the enchanted forest, they came upon a bustling clearing where Freddy the squirrel was energetically gathering acorns for the upcoming winter. His bushy tail twitched with excitement as he spotted the group approaching.
Hello there. What brings you all to my neck of the woods?
Good day, Mr. Freddy. We're on a quest to find Rusty's family. Have you seen any foxes around here?
Foxes, you say? I haven't seen any recently, but I did hear a wise old owl named Orion talking about a family of foxes not too long ago. Orion the owl. Do you know where we can find him? Oh yes, Orion lives in a majestic redwood tree just beyond the old hollow log to the east. Follow me, I'll show you the way.
With Freddy leading the way, chattering excitedly about his adventures and favorite hiding spots, Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, Alvin, and Rusty followed along the forest path. They passed towering trees draped in emerald vines and crossed babbling brooks where shimmering fish darted playfully beneath the surface. As they approached the old hollow log, Freddy paused and pointed upward with a tiny paw.
There it is. Orion's tree is just beyond, nestled among the branches where he can see everything.
They thanked Freddy warmly for his help, and with a final wave of his tail, Freddy scurried off to resume his acorn-gathering duties. Following Freddy's directions, the group continued their journey until they reached the majestic redwood tree where Orion the owl made his home. His wise eyes gleamed like polished amber as he greeted them from his lofty perch.
Ah, travelers, what brings you to my humble abode?
Hello, Mr. Owl. We seek your wisdom. Rusty here has lost his family, and we are hoping you might know where they could be.
Orion blinked his wise old eyes slowly and turned his head to gaze down at the group gathered below. His feathers ruffled in the gentle breeze as he pondered Felix's request.
Ah, young ones, the forest is vast, and families often wander far and wide. But fear not, for I have seen much in my years.
Rusty's heart skipped a beat with hope as he leaned closer to hear Orion's words.
Tell me, wise Orion, have you seen any foxes, my family, roaming these woods recently? Yes, my young friend. I have seen a family of foxes not far from here. They have made their den in a thicket where the sun filters through the leaves just so.
Excitement bubbled within Rusty as he thanked Orion profusely.
Can you show us the way, Mr. Owl?
Follow me.
The wise owl nodded solemnly, spreading his majestic wings and taking flight from his perch high in the oak tree. The group below watched in awe as Orion glided effortlessly through the forest canopy, leading them deeper into the woods. They traveled for what felt like hours, guided by Orion's keen sense of direction and unwavering determination. Along the way, they encountered other forest creatures who greeted them with curious eyes and gentle nods of acknowledgement. Finally, just as the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a warm golden glow over the forest, Orion halted before a dense thicket.
Behold, the den of Rusty's family. Rusty, you're back.
Rusty rushed forward, his heart brimming with happiness.
I've missed you all so much.
Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, and Alvin watched from a respectful distance, their hearts swelling with happiness for their friend. Rusty's family greeted them warmly, thanking them for helping Rusty find his way home. As they sat together under the starry sky, sharing berries and stories of their adventures, Rusty realized something important. He had not only found his family again, but had also discovered a new family of friends in Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, and Alvin. They were different from him in many ways, but they had shown him kindness, loyalty, and the true meaning of friendship. From that day on, Rusty and his family visited Whispering Waters often. They would join Felix, Ruby, Sapphire, and Alvin by the pond, where they would laugh, play, and cherish the beauty of their forest home together. And whenever Rusty wandered off to explore, he knew he had found friends who would always be there, waiting for him by the shimmering waters of their beloved pond. The end.